Well, I want to start by thanking Congresswoman Harriet Hageman, who is the chairwoman of the Article 1 Task Force. And she's doing a great job. And we're surrounded as well by my colleagues who come from a variety of states, but come here to do the right thing. And unfortunately, we're having to turn our attention in Congress on doing what the District of Columbia, its mayor, and their leadership should have done long ago, and that's to keep this city safe. For too long, we have watched liberal activists like those right there parading as politicians to turn our nation's capital into a crime-infested embarrassment. D.C. became one of America's most dangerous cities because of failed soft-on-crime policies that devastated innocent families while coddling the very criminals terrorizing our states. And it made our capital unsafe for residents, for visitors, for members of Congress, and unfortunately even for our interns and our staff. President Trump has rightfully exercised his authority to restore law and order here over the last few weeks. And what a tremendous job our federal law enforcement officers have done for this city. This is what happens when you have leadership that actually cares about public safety. This is what happens when you have a president and a Congress who are focused on restoring law and order to this great country. Thank the good Lord that we have President Trump back in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, Congress must take the next step and use our Article 1 powers. We cannot and will not allow D.C. to fall into a hellscape again. When the local government fails, it's our constitutional duty to act. Congress has a clear constitutional authority over D.C., and we will use it without hesitation to continue making D.C. safe and great again. Criminals should never feel more at home here in this city than the law-abiding residents and visitors and leaders from all over the country, and in fact all over the world, who come to visit this city. The days of letting the left's failed policies destroy great American cities is over. And again, I want to thank my colleagues for their hard work, especially that of Harriet Hageman on the Article 1 Task Force. I now turn it over to my good friend from South Carolina, Mr. William Timmons.